Welcome back to Real Madrid's favorite tournament. The Champions League is back. Real Madrid will face Germany's Leipzig in the round of 16. Let's hear from Carlo Ancelotti for his analysis before the match.
We're arriving well at this match. The team is motivated. We're on a good streak. And the Champions League is a competition we really enjoy. We know we're facing a strong and quality opponent who plays with a lot of intensity and offensive strength. We'll have to set up a complete game plan, especially defensively. So I'm not sure if this is the best season, but we're definitely on a good streak this season. In other times, my teams have lost only 2 matches as it is now. But I see a solid, professional, motivated team with a good atmosphere. Everyone is contributing and nobody is complaining. So far, so good. We've reached this point in the season well, despite the many difficulties we've faced. As I've said, if Vinicius is able to play as he did against Girona, he's a player who will make the difference in a match. Something that stands out a lot in Vinicius is that with his quality and high intensity of play, the speed he possesses in his runs and dribbles, but especially the continuity of doing all this throughout the 90 minutes. So this is difficult for some opponents to sustain, especially in the second half of matches. For me, it's at Martes, it's very difficult to say if this is his best season, because he's always the best at what he does. It's just a matter of looking at his statistics. The passing accuracy percentage he has today is the same as it was 10 years ago when he played for Bayern. His quality hasn't changed. He's always there. The ambition is high because I love what I do and where I'm doing it. I also like the staff I have and the players I have. Now we have the Champions League. And as I've said before, for Real Madrid and its fans, this is the most important competition. What I would have thought back then is that we advanced from the group stage. And we never dwell on those who can't play. It's right to focus on those who are with us. That's how it works. Now we don't have Bellingham, but without him, we've already won 4 matches before. This means that those who replaced Bellingham in those matches have done very well. I'm very clear about it, and don't you worry. Tomorrow you'll find out. No, that doesn't bother me. The decision he makes will be his alone, and we must respect these kinds of decisions. But my opinion is that a person should stop their career when they have reached the pinnacle. But they have to choose the right moment. For Tony, this year could be the highest point, but so could next year, Ultimately, the motivation isn't so much about the titles won or the money you can get. The biggest motivation for these players is simply playing football. That's it, playing football. Tony loves playing a lot, and he does it very well. He's highly respected for this reason, of course, and until Tony loses this feeling, he'll be able to keep playing. Well, no, convincing the players is very important, but it's crucial to consider if it's possible to convince the player. A player usually has a clear idea. When you talk to them, they'll make it clear whether they want to play in that position or not. In my case, my players understand the team's difficulties and want to support. But I'm not going to try to force a player to play with a strategy when the player isn't convinced it's going to work. Yes, that's a good deduction, but obviously we have other options in the squad that I have to consider. For example, Leipzig plays a lot with aerial balls, and Brahim would have difficulties in this regard because he's not a giant. Although Carvajal has played as a central defender and has done well, but should I taking him out for this match as a central defender because he might not be tall enough? I don't know. I'll think about it. It's not that I'm unconcerned. I'm paying close attention to tomorrow's match. Concern is an important ingredient for planning a match strategy. One of the things I have to consider for tomorrow's match is that Leipzig has scored 26 goals on the counterattack, which tells us they play counterattack very well. They have very fast and quality forwards. I believe it's a natural transition and we don't have to force anything. Some club legends have already left and others have stayed here. The foundation of all this is the lack of ego among the veterans, which has allowed the young players to adapt very well to the team and the club.
Gracias a todos. Buenas tardes.